I'm going to tell you about this bag, this duffel bag. I call it el maletín, and it was made by my mother and my aunt in 1967. It is made of a discarded filter from a paper factory in my native Cardenas. They were making these bags and selling them in order to support the family, because when we were leaving the country, my father was laid off from work. So as I look at it, I'm very impressed by the workmanship. It has piping all around, in the front, in the back. There is a trim on the handle, a zipper, a metal zipper that works like new, and even a small ring so you can put a padlock in here. These trims on the handles and on the side are made for a very cheap plastic. I'm surprised that it has survived this long. Cut out of an old purse. So El Maletín crossover from the life I knew in Cuba, the only life I know, to my new life in the United States. Other than some pictures, this is the only concrete object I have from my early childhood, from my complete childhood. I actually didn't see it for a while. The demands of a family for the space and time, it happened so that it ended up in the attic, stored in the attic. And I have basically forgotten about it. A few weeks ago, I was asked by my son to tell him about my story, to write it down, my story of how it was when I was growing up. And as I did that, I remember El Maletín. And it was rescued and dusted off, and now it's getting the appreciation that it deserves. It is a tangible reminder to me that no matter what, in this country, you are not only going to survive, you can thrive if you are willing to work for it. When you come with only your intellect, a desire to learn and to work and succeed, and this maletín with 3 changes of clothes. When I look at it, it reminds me of wearing secondhand clothes from the church's closet to high school, and sitting in classes where everything was in English and I still had not mastered the language. It reminds me of my 65-year-old father working in a lamp factory when he should have been retiring. It reminds me of my mom and my aunt, who, using the skills evidenced in this maletín, worked in a sewing factory. And it reminds me of the sacrifices they made so that I didn't have to work and instead could get an education. It now has a place of honor in my house, and is getting the appreciation it deserves. Like me, it has endured. It has endured and is ready to be used again, come off the shelf and be used again. We're both retired, we have a sedated life, but we've had quite a journey in this country, a very fruitful, rewarding, and successful journey in the land of the free and the home of the brave. And this is my story, and El Maletin's story.